Friends, today our lesson will be dedicated to improving the mobility of our chest, our ribs, and our breathing, and more. To begin with, just stand up and observe how you are currently standing right now. How do you perceive your posture while standing? Take a moment to really notice it. How do you perceive your feet in your daily life? How well do you feel the support, balance, and stability in them? Take a moment to carefully observe your knees, paying attention to any sensations, movements, or changes you might notice. Are they soft or are they hyperextended and falling back as if perhaps, is your pelvis perhaps situated over your feet? Or it may be shifted in time, possibly forward or backward. Is your chest positioned exactly directly over your pelvis? Or perhaps it is also misaligned, forward, and it feels like you are squeezing your shoulder blades together, or backward, and you are slightly slouching. Observe what is happening with your shoulders. Are they turned inward or not? And where exactly is your head positioned? Is it positioned directly over the chest? Or is it shifted forward? Just take note of these specific details. Stand up straight and carefully observe your posture in detail. Make sure to thoroughly check each aspect of your stance so that your feet are standing parallel to each other. And now we make a gentle nod of the head, directing our gaze down towards the floor. Gently direct the pubic bone towards the chest, softly and smoothly. One vertebra at a time. Begin to lower yourself, allowing the pelvis to rotate to a level that is comfortable for you. And by pressing with our feet, we rotate the pelvis and grow vertically upwards. Let's do it one more time. Gently bring the pubic bone towards the sternum, friends, without tightening the buttocks, without clenching the sacrum. We direct our gaze down towards the floor and keep the pelvis as vertical as possible for as long as we can. We lower ourselves vertebra by vertebra, allowing the back to open up. And then, when you feel that the pelvis can no longer remain in a vertical position, you gently allow the pelvis to rotate and lower yourself down. And now observe how this movement feels for you. How freely it comes and how comfortable it is for you. And by pressing with our feet, the pelvis rotates and we smoothly grow vertically upward, vertebra by vertebra. And now we lie on our backs, take 2 soft massage balls and place the balls between our shoulder blades, on the right and left sides of your spine between the shoulder blades. The balls are slightly inflated and they are soft. We clasp our hands behind our head and slightly elongate yourself from the back of your head, friends, so that your neck is long both in the front and in the back. Point your elbows up towards the ceiling. Now feel that you are not holding your head with your neck, but you are allowing your arms to support the back of your head, your head. Your head is resting like in a hammock. And now gently move your pelvis into a forward tilt and then gently into a backward tilt. Direct the pubic bone either away from the sternum for the forward tilt or towards the sternum for the backward tilt, and keep the pelvis centered. Now we will begin on the inhale. From the gaze, with our eyes, we glide along the ceiling and begin to stretch upward towards the ceiling, gently enveloping the balls. And then, on the exhale, we round our backs while sinking into the balls, keeping the pelvis in a neutral position. And perhaps, friends, someone might need a cushion or to roll up a mat to place under their head. So please, have a cushion nearby. On the inhale, we gently begin to initiate movement towards the ceiling with our gaze, opening up the chest. The collarbones open up, the sternum opens up, only then do the lower ribs begin to open. And on the exhale, we sink our back ribs into the balls, gently rounding our bodies as if we are pushing the balls back from underneath ourselves. It is important, friends, that we do not tilt the pelvis here. We found a good support in the sacrum and we stay here. And the next time we open up, we can place a cushion under the head here. For those who are comfortable, we lay the head on the floor. Many of you, friends, may feel uncomfortable. So please, use a cushion under your head to avoid excessive extension. And let's stay here for a moment, Let's take a few breaths here. Inhale into the area of the blades. From behind, in the area of the sternum in front, we gently exhale all the tension that is there. And now, on the inhale, begin to stretch your elbows out to the sides as if you are starting to stretch a rubber band through your elbows. And then gently bring the elbows together, the rubber band. Contracts. On the inhale, we stretch the rubber band through the elbows. Inhale. And we don't necessarily have to touch the floor with our elbows. We create an extension through the elbows and then soften on the exhale. On the inhale, we open the elbows like the wings of a butterfly. The elbows open and gently close, and this is a controlled movement. That is, we are not swinging our elbows from side to side, but we are creating a controlled movement, stretching the elbows out to the sides, and then gently bringing them together. Let's do it one more time. Stretch your elbows out to the sides and stay here in this extension. Reach through your elbows and gently breathe here. Inhale into the collarbone area and exhale calmly. Let's take another inhale and exhale. Into the area of the balls, we expand the chest and then gently bring the elbows together. Remove one ball, remove the other ball. Now just lie down for a few seconds. Become aware of your back and how you are lying right now. You may already feel that changes have occurred in your back. We will turn onto our right side and place the ball. Just below your shoulder blades, somewhere in the middle part of the chest. Lie on the ball, extending your right arm along your body and resting your head on it. If that feels uncomfortable, you can extend your arm in front of you, place a cushion under it, and rest your head on the cushion. Choose any comfortable option for you, friends. Now place your left arm in front of you. For support, with your knees bent, and let's take a moment to breathe, relax, and breathe again. This position can be painful for many, friends. If you feel that lying on the ball is unbearable, please cover the ball with a small towel to soften the tension that has accumulated. If you feel pain, it indicates that there is a lot of tension there. The ribs are literally sticking together, and we need to gradually work on this together. And now start to lean your torso slightly forward towards the floor and just a little bit back, just a little bit. We direct the chest slightly forward, and the ball rolls back a little as a result. And then the ball rolls slightly forward, the chest opens up towards the ceiling. We try to slow down the pelvis and allow the rib cage to move with a tiny, tiny movement. Friends, it's literally a centimeter. We direct our head towards the floor and towards the ceiling. Let's breathe. Well done. We remain in the starting position. And now we begin to stretch away from ourselves with our right ear, as if towards the right palm. Lift your right ear up towards the ceiling and begin to push the ball out from underneath you with your right ribs, as if you want to push it a little further. And then gently, smoothly, we return back. On the inhale, we stretch upwards towards the ceiling with our right arm, opening our right ribs like a fan. Friends, we notice that we are not pulling the left side towards us, but rather we are trying to move the left pelvic half slightly away from us, so that we do not create compression in the lumbar region. Gently and smoothly we lower ourselves. On the inhale, we open up. And gently lower down. Well done. Inhale through the right ear. We stretch towards the right ear. The ribs begin to open up one by one, and we start to fan out, opening up our entire right side. Then we soften, and with the next movement we have opened up and pushed away. And we have come to this position. The legs are to our left. This position is called Cleopatra. Take the ball and place it gently, carefully, and slowly under your right buttock. And sit in this position. Friends, if it is completely uncomfortable to sit in this position, or if it is impossible, you can simply sit on a chair. Under your right buttock, stretch up towards the ceiling with the crown of your head. And here we lift the right arm up towards the ceiling. Now begin to stretch your right ear up towards the ceiling, opening up the right side and then returning back. And again on the inhale, we are opening up, expanding our right ribs. And on the exhale, we return back to vertical. Inhale, ear, then the upper ribs, middle ribs, and then the lower ribs, while the right sit bones sink a little deeper into the floor. And we return. Now we have opened up, remaining in this position. The left hand can be placed on the floor, and here in a spiral on an inhale, breathing into the back, into the lower ribs, we slightly twist with the right hand, as if reaching to the left away from ourselves. And then on the exhale, I apologize, friends, we direct our gaze towards the ceiling. On the inhale, breathing in, to our back, to the lower ribs. We gently twist in a spiral, and on the exhale, we direct the sternum up towards the ceiling. Inhale, slowly and gently expand the back like a parachute. Exhale, lift the chest up towards the ceiling. Slightly direct it. Breathe calmly. Inhale. Soft exhalation. Well done. Please lower your hand. Gently take out the ball. We have sat on our sit bones. The feet are on the floor, and we hold onto our thighs with our hands. Reach up towards the ceiling with the crown of your head. And on the exhale, we gently push the floor away from us with our feet. Friends, the first pelvis begins to roll back. We gently start directing the pubic bone towards the sternum, rounding the back. The pelvis rounds behind the pelvis, and the rib cage begins to round. I imagine that there is a large invisible ball between our abdomen and thighs, and we round ourselves as much as possible while our feet remain on the floor. And now we start pulling our thighs towards ourselves with our hands. We reach towards the knees with the crown of our head. And we are still bending around a large invisible ball. We imagine that we have volume between the abdomen and the thighs. We grow vertically upwards, and now we start pulling with our hands. Hips towards us, gaze, chest, collarbone. We direct forward and slightly upward, moving into a gentle extension. Do not tilt the neck back. Return to a vertical position on the exhale. First pelvis. We begin to gently direct the pubic bone towards the sternum. We roll the pelvis back, rounding our back. Now we pull the thighs towards ourselves with our palms, reaching up with the crown of our head. The knees rise vertically upwards. Continue to gently pull your thighs towards you with your hands. And we direct the gaze, chest, and collarbone slightly upward toward the ceiling, moving into a gentle extension. Let's do it one more time. Well done. Let's take the ball and lie down on our left side. Position the ball. Just below the shoulder blades, just below the armpits, approximately at the middle part of the chest. The legs are bent at the knees. We are lying as if along an imaginary wall. The left arm can be extended along the body. It can be stretched out in front with a cushion placed under the head. Friends, how comfortable. And we lie down. We place our head on the left arm with the right arm as support. And for now, just observe how it feels from this side. Perhaps you feel this side, perhaps completely differently. There may be more tenderness, or perhaps less tenderness. Just take note. Breathe in, inflating the ball, expanding your ribs from the inside, and on the exhale, soften. Breathe calmly through your nose. Calm inhale, calm exhale. And now start to gently rotate your torso towards the floor and slightly towards the ceiling. A little towards the floor and the ball rolls back. And a little towards the ceiling, the ball rolls slightly forward, massaging your ribs. Just a very small movement, friends. We continue to breathe, not holding our breath, observing, friends, can I breathe here? Or have I not been breathing here for a long time? And then the benefit of what we are doing will be very little. We are tracking our breathing. Breathing is the most important thing. When we breathe, we can relax. As soon as we hold our breath, we find ourselves in a state of chronic stress. We remain in the initial position, And now, with your left ear, start reaching away from yourself and a little upwards. Do not press your shoulders. The shoulders are relaxed down towards the ears. And gently return back. On the inhale, stretch away from yourself with your left ear and gently upward towards the ceiling. We observe, friends, that we are slightly stretching away from ourselves with the right pelvic half, keeping the right side free, and we lower ourselves. Inhale, soft exhale. We smile, connecting with our own breath. If you feel tension in your neck, wrap your hands around your head and use your right hand to help lift your head on an inhale. And on the exhale, we return. With the next time, we push off and sit down. Our legs are to the right of us, and we place the ball under the left buttock, supporting the left buttock. We grow tall through the crown of our head. And now, lift your left hand up towards the ceiling. It feels as if we are touching an invisible wall with the back of our head, our chest, and our pelvis. Our pelvis is in a neutral position. He is not in a backward tilt, not pushing the lower back forward, but in a neutral position. And here we begin to stretch our left ear up towards the ceiling, and behind the left ear we start to open our ribs and then return back. On the inhale, we open our necks, the upper ribs, the middle ribs, the lower ribs. And then we return the lower ribs, the middle ribs, and the upper ribs back like a pyramid. The upper ribs, middle ribs, and lower ribs opened up as we lean to the side, and we return back from the lower ribs, the middle ribs, and then only the upper ones. And friends, please don't rush. Try to really feel how you return rib by rib. The slower you do it, the more control you gain. Inhale, exhale. And with the next time we stayed in a side bend, you can place your right hand on the floor or on your right shin. And here on the inhale, spiraling the breath into the back, we gently twist. And on the exhale, we direct our gaze slightly upward towards the ceiling. With the left hand, we reach to the right away from ourselves in a spiral on the inhale. And on the exhale, we direct the chest slightly upward towards the ceiling. We observe, friends, that our right shoulder is not moving anywhere. It is not popping out. Forward. When we go into extension, it stays in place. Just a bit. Inhale slowly and deeply. We expand our ribs at the back. And fully. Well done. Let's do it one last time. Lower your hand, take out the ball, and we sit on our sit bones, opening the sit bones. The pillars are on the floor. We take hold of our thighs with our hands, and here on the exhale, we direct the pubic bone towards the sternum. We roll the pelvis back, rounding the entire back. Now we pull the thighs towards us with our palms, reaching the crown of our head towards the knees. And throughout this time, we direct the pubic bone towards the sternum, opening up the entire back. We grow vertically upwards. We pull our thighs towards us with our palms. The gaze and chest are directed forward and upward, and we return on the exhale. Gently roll the pelvis back, slowly round the entire back. We stretch up with the crown of our head. To the knees, friends, as if we are taking off a t-shirt. We open up our entire back. We grow vertically. We extend into a stretch. Let's do it one last time. Well done. Now we lie on our stomachs. We take a ball. And friends, we will place the ball under the sternum. If the chest is large, like mine, we slightly spread it apart, and we place the ball under the sternum. Lie on our stomach. So that the chest is on either side of the ball. And for now, just place your hands under your forehead. Stretch your legs far away from yourself. Friends, if you feel tension in your lower back in this position, please roll up a blanket and place it under your pelvis and a little under your lower ribs. Slightly lift your pelvis. This will be easier for your lower back. Rest your forehead on your palms. And here, let your shoulders relax. Yes, friends, lower your shoulders. And on the exhale, we soften, sinking even deeper into the ball, as if allowing the chest to sink into the ball. And now start to lift your shoulders up to your ears and away from your ears. Shoulders to the ears and away from the ears. To the ears, away from the ears. And you will likely notice that your shoulder blades move very differently. On the right side, on the left side, and try to move synchronously. That is, you are following the paddle that is perhaps slightly delayed, and you are going after it. Lower your shoulders and keep them in a neutral position. Gently direct your pubic bone towards your sternum. And now we gently sink our palms into the floor. Friends, just a little bit. It's like in soft sand. We don't press too hard. And we start rolling the ball with our chest. And from beneath oneself, the gaze glides literally to the end of the mat. We gently direct the pubic bone towards the sternum. Friends, this movement occurs not in the lower back, but in the upper chest area. Then, we smoothly roll the ball back while inhaling, gliding across the floor with our sternum, sinking into the ball and rolling it out from under ourselves, while slightly directing the pubic bone towards the sternum to stabilize our lower back. Then we gently and smoothly return while inhaling. And a gentle, slow, and calm and peaceful exhale. Lower your head onto your palms. Now start by lifting just one shoulder towards your ear and then lowering it. Only the left. Start pulling the left shoulder up to the ear and then lowering it. The head rests freely. We lift and lower the left shoulder. We lift and lower. You can feel the shoulder blade gliding along the rib cage, up and down. We lift and lower. And now, as we lift the shoulder, we reach towards the shoulder with the left ear and then return the shoulder back, bringing the head back. We start by bringing the left ear towards the left shoulder and then returning back. Friends, the tip of your nose should always be pointing down towards the floor. We are performing a lateral tilt of the head. Do not rotate your head in any direction. Instead, tilt your head to the side. The right side of your neck opens up while the left side shortens slightly. Let's do it one more time. Return to the starting position, and now on an inhale, begin to roll the ball out from under you with your chest and then come back. And perhaps you will already notice a significant difference on the left side. On the left side, the extension of your entire spine has become much freer. The shoulders are relaxed. We do not press the shoulders to the ears. We do not tense them. And they go back down. Now we start by lifting only the right shoulder. And lower. Lift and lower. The right elbow is resting on the floor. Everything is relaxed. Friends, observe that your jaw is relaxed, your tongue is relaxed, your forehead is relaxed, your whole face is relaxed. Only the shoulder is being lifted, and no one else is helping your shoulder to rise. There are many muscles in the body that act as helpers, wanting to do everything for the neighbor. We ensure that everything is relaxed. And now we start by reaching the right ear towards the right shoulder, and the right shoulder towards the right ear. And we return back, and we tilt the head to the right. And we observe that the tip of the nose is always looking down towards the floor. Imagine that your nose is like a compass, and you draw a quarter circle with a compass while lifting your shoulder. We operate within our comfort zone. Friends, please don't push or strain yourselves in any way. We are working with the neck, so we do it very gently, very softly, always leaving a little bit unfinished. Well done. You've returned to the starting position. Now, on an inhale, start rolling the ball out from under you, extending your body, and then come back. How does this movement feel for you now, friends? Do you feel how much the movement has changed, how much freer it has become? We remove the ball, place our hands as in push-ups, and push off. We have moved into a quadruped position. Place your palms under your shoulders and your knees under your pelvis. Spread your fingers. Lay your palms flat on the floor. The elbows are soft. The shins are parallel to each other. We slightly stretch the mat in different directions. And here we will do the cat pose. We sink the shins into the floor. We direct the pubic bone towards the chest. With our hands, we push the floor away from us, opening the area between the shoulder blades. We lower the head. Allowing the head to hang, the neck is long, and now the first pubic bone begins to glide between the thighs. We stretch forward and slightly upward with the chest and collarbones, moving into a gentle extension. We return to neutral. And now, on the exhale, we direct the pubic bone towards the sternum, pushing against the floor with our hands and rounding our back. And we return to neutral. And from neutral, we move into extension. The pubic bone moves away from the sternum while the sternum stretches forward. Friends, this movement is not in the lower back. It is specifically the pelvis that is rotating. And we return to a neutral position. We stretch forward with the crown of the head while pulling the shoulder blades back. The pelvis begins to rotate first. With our hands, we push the floor away from us, rounding our backs like a cat. We return to neutral. From neutral, the pubic bone begins to slide between the thighs, while the sternum and collarbones stretch forward and upward. You have distributed extension throughout the spine. Neutral. Let's do it one more time. Well done. And sat down with the right leg in front and the left leg behind. Arch. The right foot is placed against the left knee. The right hand is positioned to the right of oneself at the level of the right shoulder joint. Friends, I am showing the first option, which is simpler. We ensure that the elbow of the right arm is soft and the shoulder is slightly turned outward. Friends, the shoulder is not the rib cage. We have only slightly turned the shoulder joint outward. We are positioned along an imaginary wall. Extend the left arm to the side. We begin to bend the right arm at the elbow, keeping the right shoulder down, and we open up the entire left side. And pushing off with the right hand, we return back. Inhale. We open up the entire right side, imagining that we are moving between two invisible walls. This is a simpler option. You can stay with it. We can make it a little more challenging. We find support in the shins, direct the pubic bone slightly forward, and push off with the shins. We push off with the right hand and open up the entire left side, then return back slightly. Push off with your shins, using your right hand while keeping your right elbow soft and your right shoulder lowered, opening up your entire left side and then returning back. Inhale. And a gentle, slow, and deep exhale through your nose. We move. We enjoy ourselves. And with the next time, we went out together. Now into this long, beautiful side bend. We push off with the right hand. With the left hand, we reach in a spiral, twisting ourselves. And now we smoothly begin to lower the pelvis, vertebra by vertebra. We lower ourselves and return to the starting position. We push off with our shins. We move into a long, beautiful side bend. And here we gently spiral ourselves. And we lower the pelvis. And we continue. On the inhale, we open up. On the exhale, we gently and smoothly spiral downwards. Let's do it one more time. Groove vertically upwards.
Sit on your sit bones. Your feet are on the floor and reach the crown of your head upward. On the exhale, gently direct the pubic bone towards the sternum. We round our bodies, rounding the back. And now, bending around a large invisible ball, we stretch with the crown of our head. We bend our knees and rise vertically upwards. We pull our thighs towards ourselves, directing our gaze forward and upward. Friends, how do you feel about this movement now? Do you notice a big difference compared to how we performed this movement at the beginning of the lesson? Is it feeling more free? On the inhale, we open up, return, and switch sides. Left leg in front, right leg behind. The arch of the left foot sinks into the right knee. The left arm to the left of you, friends, clearly at the level of the left shoulder joint. Yes, please, this is important. Not in front, not behind, but clearly at the level of the left shoulder joint. Slightly rotate the shoulder outward. Now, with your right hand, help yourself and rotate it a little outward. The elbow is soft and the fingers of the hand are spread open. The first option is simpler. Extend your right arm to the side. Friends, if the arm is close to the body, it will be difficult enough, so move the arm a little further away. And here, on the inhale, we open up, imagining that we are moving along an invisible wall. On the inhale, we open up, and on the exhale, we return. A gentle inhale and exhale. You can stay here. Who is ready? Let's make it more challenging. Find support in your shins. For now, just press with your shins. And the pelvis lifts up. We press with the shins, slightly directing the pubic bone towards the chest. Push off with your left hand. Open up your entire right side. And we return back. On the inhale, we push off with our shins. Gently bring the pubic bone towards the chest, and with the right hand, reach towards the head. The left shoulder is still turned out and lowered down, and we return back and continue. Inhale. Soft exhale. We smile and enjoy movement. Friends, movement is life. Our bodies need movement so that we can live, create, and enjoy our beautiful, happy lives. Lean to the side and stay here. Push with your left hand and with your right hand in a spiral. Gently begin to twist yourself. Our chest starts to twist. Look down towards the left hand. And here we smoothly begin to lower the pelvis and the vertebrae one by one. We return to the starting position. Push off with the shins. Push off with the left hand. Do not drop the weight on the left arm. We gently spiral and twist, and we smoothly return, continuing. Well done. And let's do it one last time. Sit on your sit bones. They open them up, the crowns reaching up towards the ceiling. On the exhale, we sink down with our feet, not directing the pubic bone towards the chest. We roll the pelvis back first. The chest rounds out behind the pelvis. We are rounded as if we are in a hammock. Pulling the thighs up with the hands, we reach towards the knees with the crown of the head. We grow vertically upwards and move into extension. Returning to neutral. On the exhale, we slowly and gently round our bodies. Well done. Let's do it one last time, deeply and calmly, one more time. And now, get up on your feet. In any convenient way, stand up in a comfortable and relaxed manner. Wait, you can close your eyes or you can keep your eyes open. And now simply become aware of how you are standing. What has changed within you? How do you feel right now? The support in your feet, in your knees, how your pelvis is currently positioned over your feet, and your rib cage over your pelvis, and balance. How do your shoulders feel right now at this moment? Where is your head located? Notice, friends,
all the changes that have occurred, even the very small ones. Notice them and claim them as your own. And now, just walk a little, allowing everything new that has just happened to integrate into your body. Please, do not pick up your phones right away. And then be sure to share your feelings. Have a great day, everyone. Stay healthy.